Welcome back. This is FIDE World's Women Team Competition Championship 2021. I'm Keti, this is Stuart, and we're in the round 4 already.
We are, round 4.
So fast,
going
right?
quickly, yeah, it's going fast.
It's going really fast. We have a lot of excitement. The games just started and we can see the first moves on the board on our screen. This is the playing venue. Here we are in beautiful city Sijas. And the players are from around the world. In total, 12 teams.
12 teams of 4+1, 5 players per team. Right. 4 players and 1 reserve. There's Marissa Back just taking her mask off, we see.
Yeah, that's right.
France's top board.
Against Gunay Mamazada. And here we have Elena Danelian against Anna Matnatse. Let's take a look at the standings now and the pairings and check out if something changed since round 3. Here we have the pairings, and we have Poland playing against Georgia. FIDE America will play against Germany. Ukraine and Kazakhstan will be a very interesting match. Spain against Armenia. CFR will play against India, also very important match. And we have France against Azerbaijan. This is the games, the matches we're going to have. And what do you think? Which match is the one that we have to be focused the most?
Well, probably CFR India is going to be a really good match to follow, I think. And Ukraine, Kazakhstan. Also, I guess this is really the time when some teams will need to win to stay in the competition today.
Yeah, because
today, have a chance of
tomorrow we have only 1 round.
Only 1 round tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's the sort of last chance already. Those teams who are fighting to stay in the competition. Otherwise, they will not get to the next stage where we have the playoffs, and only 8 teams will compete. Yeah,
so we'll be losing 4 teams after tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. But we're going to have very interesting quarterfinals, semifinals, and then finals for sure. Yeah. We're going to now focus a little bit, of course, about chess, but we can also mention the supporters of the event. We do have 2 main sponsors, and those are Gazprom and Motiva, and also the event is supported from Spanish and Catalan Federation.
Sure.
And yeah, we pretty much enjoy beautiful weather here in Sijas.
Beautiful town, beautiful weather, and things are going well. And the chess is great.
Yes, and we have a new information that we do have now this players area, so the rest area, and right after the game, players can go there, and there was some interesting things going on there, as some of the players were just resting or having some snacks and drinks. And
did you speak to some of them? Did you talk to some?
All of them.
Yeah?
Almost all of them. And some of them were preparing with the coaches, with the computers. So it was a very nice atmosphere there. And that was together with the food and drink.
Of course, yeah.
So that's very important to have enough energy for the next round, which we have here. And we see Lizzie Pats from Germany.
Yes, unfortunately she's had some good positions, I think, but I think she's lost all her 3 games.
Yeah.
So far.
That's really tough to play on the first board, right? So, and the time control is 45 minutes plus 10 seconds.
Correct, yeah.
And yeah, we're going to have today and tomorrow in this stage. And now we can take a look maybe a little bit on the
All right, we have some big matches up now. CFR against India, for example.
Yeah, the first board we have Alexandra Gorechkina against Harika. So
She won this morning, Alexandra,
yeah, it's sort
against
of
Gune Mamatsada.
good gift for
On her
herself.
birthday? It's her birthday?
Birthday. Yes. And we have here this position is from Catalan.
Well, it's a Bogu Indian, isn't it, with bishop before check. Yeah, kind of a Catalan, sure.
And it seems like Harika spent a little bit time here to just, decide which setup to play against White's opening. And Gorchkina is playing quite fast. She's not losing too much of the time.
And then on board 2 we have Alexandra Kostyanyuk, who has black, against Vaishali from India, woman grandmaster. Oh, this is a Catalan. Look, here we are. Here we are in Catalonia.
Yeah.
And this is a Catalan, no question about that.
Yeah, very well. This is how it should be, right? They play either Catalan or Spanish opening.
This goes back, I think, to the 1920s, the Catalan, the name, the Catalan opening. In fact, at the opening ceremony, I think this was part of it.
Yeah,
the
video,
Tartakova and how the opening gained its name. So
this match, this particular match will be very interesting because here we have Alexandra Kostyanyuk, who's experienced chess player. She has been playing chess for many years, and we have Vaishali, Indian talent, but she has not playing so much as Alexandra, right?
She's much younger, right? I guess.
She's much younger. Yeah. She's much younger, so this is going to be very interesting match. We can go to the next board and check out.
It's probably the first time some of these ladies play each other.
Can be, yes, can be. Yeah, Vaishali is playing on this second board because, as we already mentioned, that India is missing
Humpy.
So yes. That made her to be pushed up on the second board. Who's third board in this?
I think it's Tanya Tsatsalashvili against Katerina Lachno.
Let's check it out. Here we have it.
I think Tanya just won her last game. We saw that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very beautiful play from Tanya. And now we have the game against Katerina Lachno. I just played knight from d2 to f1, probably just opening the bishop to develop.
This was a Spanish opening, an open Spanish, where black takes on e4 with her knight on move 5. So probably still some kind of theory. Both players have played pretty fast to get here. They played 16 moves, bishop c5 from Tanya.
Yeah. Probably it's still like they're still in their books. They remember these lines. And we can go very quickly to the last board. And here we have Marianne Gomez against Polina Shavalova.
This is a game with a big difference in strength and rating, certainly. Polina's, she's a really great player, really strong.
Yeah.
And Marianne has come in as a reserve because Humpy is missing. So it's hard for her, and particularly this game against such a strong player. But let's see. Let's see what she does.
Yeah, that's true. And we have them on the screen. What do you think how this match will go?
Well, CFR, they have so many strong players, don't they? They must be favourites.
Yeah.
Favourites to win the whole competition.
Yep.
And certainly favourites here. But they've won their first 3 matches. But India doing well, huh?
India doing fantastic.
India doing well.
They have won 2 matches and tied 1. So I think even draw might secure them to stay in this competition. All right, we can go to maybe next match. And we mentioned the Kazakhstan against Ukraine is very interesting. We can take a look at that. And here we have Anna Musicuk against Jansaya Abdulmalik. Another friendly, not friendly match.
They're good friends. Well, okay, yeah. But I mean, yes, what to do?
Definitely not friendly match. Yeah.
This is a Berlin defense in the Spanish. And yeah, pretty standard position for these systems. I see that Maria Musicuk is back in the team. She was missing from this morning, wasn't she? Or the earlier game, I should say. This afternoon. Now she's back on board too.
Yeah, she seems to just get the rest for this match. And she's now, and here we have the Queen's Gambit declined. White developed the bishop on f4. Still in it's just a start, right? You
of course,
really predict here anything. Another match here. This is another game. Here is third board. And here the different rating is huge, almost 400 rating difference. And with white pieces we have Anna Okshanina. With black pieces we have Kamalitenova Muret, who is very young.
Very young. I don't know her at all.
Yes, very young player.
Yeah.
And yeah, probably she's a winner of some youth championships.
Okay, but so many of these teams, I mean, they could be playing again in the next stage, in the knockout stage, or there they play in the first. I don't know how it works, depending on which position the team finishes in the top 4.
How the pairings
how
will
the
be
pairings
there.
are made between Pool A and Pool B, if the teams are kept apart or not.
Yeah, that's a good question. It might be like if you get the first place or the second place, you might get some numbers according
more
to
favorable pairings, perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Or it can be also the average rating of the teams, or just draw lots again. So it's a good question. Well, in this game, knight g4. I've never seen knight g4 move.
Oh, I've seen something more or less this position, yes.
Yeah?
Knight g4,
Knight
yeah,
g4,
sure.
I like that. So black is right away trying to trade the knights. There
we see on our screens Maria Musicuk, looks like it, who has black against Dinara Sadwakasova, is that right?
Yeah.
That's the Ukraine versus Kazakhstan match.
Yep.
2 of the top teams on ranking.
Yeah. Yeah, these girls are top female players, and now they're facing each other. The last boards will be very interesting. Here in this match, Ukraine has an advantage on the rating.
Okay.
They have 24 plus players on the last boards. So yeah, let's see how it's gonna continue and end. And here we have Georgia against Poland. Poland drew the last match against Ukraine, right?
It was a good result, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's a great
Anna Musicuk lost, didn't she, on top board?
Oh yeah.
To Jolanta.
Yeah.
We saw that game.
Yes. And they need to win to get top 4
Poland.
places. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to.
And they are having quite tough opponents.
Of course.
Ukraine, Georgia. That's not really easy for them. but anything can happen. Then here we have this position. I think it's from Kazakhstan.
Yes, Kazakhstan
Kazakhstan
defense. That's right.
defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we Georgians are known playing that a lot. All of us. Are you also Kazakhstan player?
I used to play it sometimes. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You liked it?
Kazakhstan. I played. Yeah, I like to mix up my openings.
Yeah.
Change
Nice.
according to the opponents, the occasion. The standing in the tournament, and just to keep people guessing
Yeah, who's you
which
gonna play?
opening you're going to play,
That's a
rather
good-
than play the same defenses all the time.
That's very good strategy.
So, but then also the problem is that you spend less time analyzing or preparing each system, so it's more risky. You can sometimes get a bad game quickly if you play something that you don't know too
Very
well.
deep, yeah.
Although Kazakhstan, of course, is a good solid opening choice normally, and here Black has a solid position.
Yeah, that's right.
So Jolanta, well, she'll be feeling great. She beat Anna, as we say, the round before. Now she's playing Nana, and she won with Black against Anna. Have you played her? Have you played Jolanta?
I've never played against Jolanta. No, I've never played. But I was doing commentary at her event. There is a tournament where a very, very nice tournament for female players, and it's either Poland versus the world. So Polish girls are playing against the girls from around the world. Very strong event. And the last year they organized the tournament Poland versus Georgia.
Poland against Georgia,
Yes.
right?
Yes, and yeah, they are doing this tournament every year, which is during the Christmas time, and it's this magical time there in Poland, and they're doing this really well. I've been speaking with some of the girls who have played there, and they're like, wow, this is like, sometimes I feel bad because they're giving us so much presents and we cannot give it back because it's Christmas time and we're just not ready for that. And it's just a very beautiful tournament. And she's organizing this together with her father, who is a big chess supporter. And yeah, she's organizing this very big tournament.
Now you see her move there, Keti, knight a4. It would never have occurred to me, I don't think, to play that move. Knight c3 to a4.
That's interesting. Knight
on the edge of the board.
That attacks the bishop. Bishop will go back.
Bishop will go somewhere.
Not
even bishop d4 maybe.
d4.
Why not? If you want to play something a bit
fancy.
Yep, fancy. It just looks so odd to me to play knight a4, knight on the edge of the board, when there was absolutely no need to do it. Maybe it's perfectly good for white, I don't know.
It's interesting what is her idea, how she's going to then develop her queenside pawns and the bishop as well. Is she going to play d4, c3, d4, or she's going to play b3, bishop b2? But she could do that. She can do that without knight a4. It's b3 and bishop b2.
Okay, so Nana is thinking. Now Monika Sochka, how's she doing?
Monika Sochka against Nino. So we just learned Nino is the power of Georgia. She's winning the first. She has 3 out of 3, and now let's see how it's gonna go in this game. This is white colors again. The previous time she was again with white pieces. And what do we have here?
Black has just moved her bishop to c5. Monika, bishop f8 c5, and f4 came back. Look,
Again,
f2 f4.
she's going to attack the king. Yeah, on the screen we have Monika and Nino with from the back side.
Unusual opening, as far as I can see.
Yeah, can take a look.
So sort of an English opening.
Fine.
I mean, it should be absolutely fine for black, I think. But, well, let's see. Let's see what happens.
Yep, we can get to the next board and then come back after some time. Here in this position, we have knight on e5. The pawns are guarding that knight. Pair of bishop versus two knights.
Yeah.
Okay. Which side would you choose? Bishops or knights?
Well, here it's nice and blocked. The knights do better in block positions. It's, I mean, at the moment it's a closed pawn structure. White is okay though. White is fine, in fact. So I'm not saying I prefer to have white here, but things with the bishops, you always have sort of long-term plans, and it looks like white is not going to be able to do a lot more than she's already doing without opening the position.
Yeah. And when white opens the position, then
the
bishops are
bishops
waiting
come
for
alive.
that. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to follow this game. I guess it's about level at the moment. Maybe white should play... oh, a5 has happened. I was about to say g3 to g4, but she's played knight d2 to f3.
Yeah, Claudia is an attacking player. She likes to attack the king. And that's what she feels.
I think, is she
As a
Polish
hard
women's champion at the moment, or she
Yeah,
was
she's-
last year?
Yeah, she's the
yeah.
current Polish
Claudia.
women champion. Had a very nice performance.
Okay, so this is... how are Georgia doing so far? They've won 2 matches and 1 draw, or is it 1 win and 2 draws?
The previous one, they have... Let me check it really quickly.
I think they've won 2 matches and drawn 1.
Yeah?
Yeah, Georgia, yeah. Pool B, this is. I think Georgia and Kazakhstan are joint leaders of Pool B with 2 wins and a draw from their 3 matches so far.
The previous one, Georgia won 3.5 to half. There was only 1 draw. Round 2, we have Georgia, Kazakhstan 2-2. Yeah.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
during the first round they won. So they're quite safe, right?
And Leila has just played queen d8 to d6. Good, all right.
Yeah. Can check some interesting positions if this game. Probably they have started, but we don't have.
Some games still in the openings. I guess people just...
Yeah, we have seen this game. Anna Muzichuk against
Sure, this is
Shansaya.
the Berlin defense, yeah.
Usually they are like sharing some stories on Instagram together.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're hanging out a lot and going out a lot together. I wonder if they will add my date here on Instagram. I'm gonna follow that.
Check it
Curious. Yes. And they recently played right before this tournament in Macedonia. They played in the same team.
Oh, right. So last week in Struga.
Yes.
Yes. Were you there, Keti?
No.
There?
But I have seen a lot of stories on Instagram, so
Okay.
that's how I knew it. Yeah. Have you ever played with your best friends for an important game?
Well, sure. Important games. Yeah. I mean, it's part and parcel of chess. It's really, because at any time you can play a really important game against someone that you would, could be someone you've known for 20 years, 10 years, and you just have to put everything to one side and play the game. I was watching a little bit the news. There's a strong tournament being played now in Sweden with 2 British players, English players, Nigel Short and Gawain Jones.
Yeah.
And they faced each other yesterday, and it was a very exciting draw. I think Nigel had a one position, and but the game ended up draw. It was a hard-fought draw, you know. So the fact that they're friends, and they come from the same country, doesn't mean that they have to have a peaceful game. On the contrary, it was very exciting.
Yeah, that's very interesting story. But it's even interesting when it comes to the family members, for instance, like when it's a last round and the sisters are facing each other, or the siblings are facing each other. That's quite weird. And actually, this program which we have, this pairing program, it tries to pair at the beginning these the players with the same names or the same countries.
Okay.
So they are playing at the beginning.
Right.
So the last rounds are so important.
When with prize money at stake and this,
yes. Also for opening tournaments, a lot of, for instance, like there are like a lot of players, 200 players, and we're just like 3 or 4 Georgian, and we're facing each other like, oh, why we're playing against each other? There's so many players, but it's because of this, the program, right? It's just.
Well, I think there are different views. I think also another view is that you don't, you just make the pairings according to the ratings of the players, and that you don't change anything.
Yeah.
And that if 2 players from the same country or the same family play each other, it's just by chance, just because that's the correct pairing, and not to make any adjustments for any reason. It's maybe fairest, you could say as well.
By the rating, that's right.
Just purely correct pairings, and not so. I mean, this is something for arbiters and for FIDE to talk about and discuss, and there's different points of view, I think. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of first rounds where Muzic sisters are playing against each other because it's close tournament.
For example.
And
I think it depends on the tournament as well, on the event.
Yeah.
For example, a qualifying event for the women's candidates, for example, in the women's Grand Prix, these kind of events are not the same as an open tournament, obviously.
That's right. Yeah.
You know? So maybe there's different emphasis.
Yes.
Okay, so what's happening here? This is still.
Lots of things are happening. Look at this. They open up the H file.
But these lines of the Berlin, they've become so advanced and so developed and so well known that they could still be repeating moves from top Grandmaster games, even after move 20 or more.
Yeah. Knight h4 was played here. Black wants to play knight f3. That's small check here, which wins the exchange. White has to take care of that. White can play rook d3 to avoid that, or just to move the king away.
It just looks very, very level to me at the moment. Very level. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at a different game, perhaps. Keti. In the same match, how is Maria doing against Dinara? This is. So they're playing much slower, you see.
Okay, the question is what happens after Queen b7 if White accepts this.
I think it's very risky. I think. Knight b4 is the first move, I think. Yeah, and Black at least has some sort of forced draw, I think, with rook b8, if she wants, but probably more is at stake. You know, more can be. It's too risky, I think, to take on b7.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there can be something like.
And maybe take this knight and check. Yeah, for example. Yeah.
So it's going to be really tricky to play with the exposed.
Or, I mean, like Black had a draw as well if she wanted before.
Yeah.
But this is a known position. I'm surprised that they haven't played more moves. After knight c6, I mean. I think White would normally play. I'm not sure. E3, knight bd2, or something like this. But so here they've only played 6 moves.
Just 6 moves.
Or 5 moves each, in fact.
Yeah.
And the other game, the Berlin defense, they've played about 18 or 19 moves.
That's so known, right? So many games.
That's the difference, I like games like this where the players are thinking early on,
Yeah.
And maybe they've surprised each other in the opening. Perhaps this is not Maria Muzichuk's normal repertoire. She's caught Dinara a little bit by surprise. And yeah, so both players are taking some of the time.
That's right, let's get this position on the board.
We can see Maria there with the black pieces on our screens. And Dinara to play.
It's taken some time. What do you think about this position with the queen on d5, white just probably captured a piece right now with the queen and kept this weakness on d6 for black?
It's, I think black's absolutely okay. The white bishop on g2 is not a very good piece. So that's all. Black, d6 is not a weakness here. You know, that's fine. I mean, black has a perfectly acceptable game, I think. You know, black has this d4 square for her knight in the future, perhaps. If the white knight starts to move to d5, black can do the same and put her knight on d4.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, black could play queen b6 or even think about trading with knight b4 maybe. So, you know. Or knight e7 might be possible here, I don't know. There's plenty of moves for black. I would say a level game. This is Natalia Buksa, right, with black?
Yes. Natalia Buksa against Davlatova. And the time, there is a difference here. White has 25 minutes and black has 40 minutes.
Right, yeah. Big
And
difference.
yeah, we have seen Davlatova being on time pressure yesterday in the game. If you remember this King G7 against, when Lela Tsatsalashvili played one of our favorite game, King G5, King G7.
Oh yes,
There
and then
was
checkmates.
Yes, that was the game when she was struggling on time and in equal position, just King got on G5 for a risky position
and all kind of checkmates. I mean, but that's what we've said before here. You know, it's a time control which for some players will be the first time they've played this time control, I imagine. And it takes a bit of getting used to. It's it's not blitz.
Yeah.
It's not classical slow games. It's sort of a rapid time control, but with this increment also changes things a bit.
Yeah, I like this kind of like the tournament because you don't know how long you're gonna stay. It's a bit risky. You don't know how you're gonna play and your team gonna play. So it's more action going on around
and spectator friendly.
Yes.
You could say that it's more friendly and more interesting, fun. Or I mean, the results are quicker.
Yes.
The rounds are quicker, and I guess there's more mistakes as well, Keti, because the pressure, the time control.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so I think the great thing about chess is there's room for everything. There's still room for 7-hour games.
Yeah.
6 and 7-hour games.
Yeah.
Let's call that classical or old-fashioned, if you like, time control. When I was beginning my career, the time control used to be 40 moves in 2.5 hours.
Wow.
That was the standard time control at the time.
No increment. It was no
Well,
increment
because we didn't have electronic
yeah.
clocks. That's how long ago it was.
Okay.
So the increments certainly didn't come when I was playing chess for a long time. It was, yeah.
And then you had
and then you play another 16 moves an hour or something, and then you'd have adjournments, and
oh wow.
you probably never had this. You never had this, you see. Adjournments, did you ever had a game that was adjourned?
No.
Oh, you see.
No.
No, you missed out. You missed out.
So many things. I have played my first tournaments. I shared this for the yesterday of my childhood when we had this big clock, and I could never say how much time I had. It was not written down, and there was a red flag, and when it was going on the top, it was so stressful, and it was just dropping, and you were losing.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, and but
You could never be sure how long you had.
How long you have 2 minutes?
No, that's right.
1 minute or like 50 seconds.
But that was part of the thrill of the game as well. The nervous sort of there's the flag, and you got 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 minute.
And when it was coming, when the flag was getting on the top, I remember that we were trying to reach the other parts of the openings, and we were very small kids. We were trying to stand up and play like that. So I do remember these things. But yeah, this was one.
But now you can see exactly how many seconds you have remaining, and you can play until you have 3, 2, 1 seconds and make your move. Huh?
Yeah, you can just make your move on 1 second, and that's fine when you see it. Have been some times like that, but we have this different time control right now, and it's just very interesting to try. We have interesting situation here in Poland and Georgia match. Here we have new players in both sides. Here we have Salome Melia joining Team Georgia for the first time, and Anna Kubicka, who was the replacement of Karina Sivka, who had to miss the tournament.
Oh, she had to miss the tournament, yes. Yeah.
And those two players are just joining the event right now.
Okay, this was also a Kazakhstan defense, where White played E5 on her third move, advanced variation. And back to play. There has just been an exchange on E3.
Yeah. Salma likes to attack.
Salome. Yes,
she,
does, yeah.
She likes to attack. She plays all these sharp positions, and she's really good at that. She opened up that file for rook, I think. In the future, she might use this file to attack f7. And that looks really risky for me for black to castle on the short side.
Well, quite, yes. I'd certainly think twice about that. She's played g6. Anna, okay, looks like a concession also, because it means it's very hard then to play f6 later on for black. You know, there may have been ways that she could have delayed g6, I don't know, to keep f6 as an option for the future, maybe, I don't know. Looks like a safe advantage for white.
Yeah.
Probably castling here, yeah? Castle kingside.
Castle kingside. And there's always this resource for white g4. That's why I think black should not even consider to castle on the short side.
Well, also black wants to see which side white will castle. Because if white castles kingside, then black could probably also consider castling kingside with less risk.
Yeah.
Although even then.
It's true.
Well, black has this break c5 on the queen side. Typical French pawn break here to try to get some counterplay.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
white's doing fine.
Right? This game will be very interesting, and we might see here the result as well, because it can be really sharp. And this is the position that we have been Claudia Colon and Lela Javic.
Knights against bishops.
Queens are off the board, and black managed to kick the knight out.
Would you rather be white there? Maybe. No, the knights.
Yeah, I think white should not try too much to open the position.
Well, g4, she's maybe wants to play g5, yeah? She's fighting for the e5 square. Rook f8 to d8.
That doesn't stop g5.
Doesn't stop g5, no.
So yeah, what can you consider this?
It's surprising that she played that move, rook f to d8. Doesn't seem to have any value. Really, I mean, I don't know what she could have played, but
yeah.
Maybe rook c4 was possible, I don't know.
To attack on e4.
Sure, well, on a4, yeah, just to
A4.
sort of pose some question. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay. So what about the other pool? Or do you want to look at some more games here? I was thinking of the CFR against India match.
Yes,
We could have a quick look there.
Let's take a look. So far, we don't have any result, no draws, no quick results.
Good.
So this is the first board. Here we have Harika and Gorechkina. Harika plays with black pieces.
This was the Bogu Indian defense, bishop before check. Nice solid opening for black. That's what you want, I think, when you're playing somebody as strong, as powerful as Gorechkina. And Harika, she's more of a positional, solid, strategic player, I think.
Yeah.
You know, in general. So she's doing fine. She's doing absolutely okay here. Yeah.
Yeah. Gorechkina is the fourth highest rated woman player, and she's showing her best for the last few years.
Yes.
And she's showing how solid is she. She's competing against grandmasters, male grandmasters, and winning a lot of tournaments. And she's 3 times Russian women champion.
Right.
As well, and the challenger.
For the world title.
Yes.
With Zhu Wenjun, huh? That was a very close match.
Yeah.
Very tight match indeed. So yeah.
She's only 23 years old.
Today, 23 today.
Yes. Oh.
As we said yesterday, that sadly the Chinese team is not able to be here because of the COVID global situation, the travel restrictions, I suppose. So it's a shame.
Yeah.
Of course, we'd love to see them here as well.
Yeah, as we mentioned the first day, they are the team who won this competition the most times.
Correct.
Right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, 4 times, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. But anyway, that does allow other players, another team to take their place. So
generosity.
You know.
Harika Dronawali on this.
Yep, she's doing well. Okay,
Yeah.
so who's ball 2 in this? So this is, I would say, fairly level. Black's absolutely fine. Quite nice.
I worry about Black's clock here. Look at this, 18 minutes.
Well,
and,
this is something else. The clock. Yeah.
yes.
This is
Gorechkina
something
has
else.
35 minutes. Black managed to get some play there with this a4 pawn, and might be some b5.
I mean, Black has a very nice position here. You know, it's not really much for her to worry about. Oh no, that's clearly not been played. Don't tell me she's played Queen F4. Keti, come on. What's happening?
I will never believe that. Maybe Queen G5 and it's dropped on the.
Or Queen.
Let's zoom a bit. Let's zoom a bit on the.
She went to play Queen H6 and it sort of slipped out of her hand or something.
Over the board, it's not possible. If it's online chess, we might think.
Mouse slip. You'd say that was a mouse slip. Yeah.
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 Hand slip. Yeah, the queen is on the board. I believe if she blundered that queen, it would not be any longer there on the board.
But I wonder why we see that on our screens. Why do you think that's?
We have seen a lot of on these screens already. So this one, yeah, it's probably dropped on the way. I love team competitions because the players are having the same suits.
Yes, yeah, that's
so
true.
Beautiful. And Indians are well known with that. They have this same form.
Also with maybe with the sponsors, with logos, company logos and things.
Beautiful.
Well,
yes.
King H8. We have. We don't really see where the white queen is.
H6 or G5, that can be both.
I guess. Probably Queen G5. Oh, you see, it's actually a different position.
Oh, that's so different position. Oh my God.
Well, we're talking about two different games.
Oh no, that's completely different position. Look at this.
How does that happen?
Oh, this is it. This is the position they're having. Hold on. Yeah, this is.
So the wrong names are on the wrong boards, according to what we're seeing.
Yeah. Wow.
So forget everything we were saying.
We're taking all our words back. Whatever we said
Was the wrong game.
Okay. So this is the game. We found the truth.
We believe, Goryachkina versus Harika, correct? Okay.
This is it. So the names are. Now I'm just thinking if somebody blundered this queen f4, maybe.
Oh,
Can be true. So what's happening in this position? Goryachkina is with white pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, black's okay, no? Looks like the knight from f8 to h7 has come.
I like somehow white's position because all these weaknesses on the light squares. For now, it's like there is not immediate rook d3, bishop d3, bishop g6, of course, because the d5 pawn is hanging. But I was also thinking, how about rook e6 to...
Rook e6 is sort of an exchange sacrifice. I don't think it works now, does it?
Yeah, I think white will lose a pawn.
Yes. Black might be playing b5 as well, to push this bishop back soon. White must have been threatening to sacrifice on f6 or h6 last move, so knight h7, obviously protecting f6. But maybe black threatens b5 here.
Yeah.
And then the d5 pawn might fall.
Pawn, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, interesting position, right? Here. Goryachkina is taking her time.
I mean, does she have to play a4?
On the board
So, I mean,
knight g5.
Sure. That's really okay. That's just a tense position, I think. But black, I quite like black actually.
Yeah.
Quite like black's position here. Let's see what she's done.
She pushed the pawn.
She probably didn't play a4.
Yep.
Oh, she did play a4.
A4.
Well, that's, I mean, right, yeah.
If we're on the board, yeah, b5 was a serious threat, right? And d5 pawn.
Well, it looks, I mean, that's why she's played a4, certainly.
Yeah.
Now, may we have a look at Tanya's game against Katerina? Would you like to have a look at that in the same match?
Ooh, look at those knights.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we can have the video of the match.
This looks tremendous for black.
Lachner. Yeah, this is the correct position. Look at the time situation as well. 40 minutes. And for black, and white has 10 minutes. Knight e4 was played.
It's a fantastic position for black, no question.
Yeah. Well, Tanya was one of those players who were getting ready for this match, and she was preparing. She was getting preparation with the coaches.
I know this is her first tournament outside India for a long time since the whole pandemic started.
Yes, first time, and she said that she had like 20 hours of travel
to get here.
Yeah, to get in here, but she seems very happy, and she has a reason also. The tournament is going quite well for Team India, and she's doing fantastic.
Knight G4, defending F2. But I mean, what more could Black ask for? You know, that. Wow! Look at that, instantly played.
Look at this, knight captures.
Knight E2 check.
Knight E2 check. Oh wow!
And then queen's coming to H2, or what's happening?
Do we have this position?
Well, we don't know, do we? This is.
Oh my god. Yeah, this seems somebody else.
A different game.
Yeah, we're getting so excited.
Well, the problem is that we can
somebody
only
has
see.
Really good position.
Yeah.
Somebody has really, really good position, and yeah, that's can do pretty much of with that. But so we're gonna take a short break, maybe just to look what's happening here.
Okay.
Who plays those games, and then we can come back.
And look in the playing hall as well. Have a look at the playing hall. Okay, good. We'll be back soon.
Barcelona means relaxing. It means flying. Barcelona means discovering. It's a fairy tale with princesses and dragons. It's sharing. Barcelona means touching the sky. Barcelona means stopping time. Barcelona is life. It's love. Barcelona is unique. It means countless likes. Which Barcelona do you know? Discover them all at barcelonaismuchmore.com.
Welcome back at FIDE World Women's Team Championship. I'm Keti, this is Stuart, and here we are at the round 4.
Round 4,
Round
yes.
4. We do have this round, and tomorrow another round.
Round 5 is the last round of the first phase of the event.
Yes.
And then we will know, we may even know this evening, after the results of the current games, some of the teams have already qualified for the next knockout phase.
Yeah, some of the teams might guarantee the spot in the next stage, and we might see some of the teams not in very good situation. Right. But yeah, that's it. That's the competition. We now can have an access to the boards.
Let's have a look at the playing hall.
Yes,
and maybe one or two of the top boards. Here we have Alexandra Goryachkina, CFR with white, playing against Harika from India. And two of the best players in the competition here, Keti.
That's right.
Two of the highest rated players. And
very important game, a very important match for those the two teams. CFR with the victory can guarantee the spots to the knockout system.
Oh well, they must already be.
Be here.
I'm sure.
And for Indians, this is a very important match. And also, you know, like, then later they will face once again probably each other. It's very important. What's the result, right?
Looks like Goryachkina has just inside 20 minutes. Now she must be ahead on the clock, I think. Yeah.
Last time we saw this position, white play d4. Here we see this pawn in the edge of the board, and the knight is still on h7.
She's played bishop e7, attacking the queen on h4 there. So
yeah. All right.
Do you have any results, by the way, in any of the matches that we can confirm? Oh, she's moved her queen back, of course, yeah, and then bishop f6. Harika with 13 minutes against 19 of Alexandra.
Yeah, you asked about the result, and we have one game already done, and that's Anna Sargsyan against Izagari Maria. Anna Sargsyan won the game with that beautiful tactic, knight f2. We have seen that. There was the game of
that was
Anna
the game.
Sargsyan.
Okay, lovely,
yes.
Right.
That was her game, beautiful game. We have seen it. We didn't know it was her game, but we have seen it, and she won the first game for her team. So far, that's the only
Okay, this is
result.
Armenia against Spain, that much?
Yes, Armenia and Spain. Yeah, those teams, they need to fight to get to the knockout systems, right? Both teams. So the
Here we are. This is the same match, Elina Danielen with black against Anna Madnatse that we see on our screens now. And Anna playing queen back to c1. She has more time, a lot more time. Spain did win their match this morning, or this afternoon rather. They beat France 2.5, 1.5. So they have chances to make the next stage.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens now.
Yep, they had quite heavy start. The first day they lost against CFR with 4-0, and then they faced India and they lost the match with 1.5 to 2.5. But then won against France, and now this is very important, very, very important for the team, for the local team. All the eyes are on them from locals.
That's right. Anna Madnatse, there's Sabrina Vega is playing, I believe, against Lilith Murkutchian.
The lineups in Armenia is Alina for the first board, Lilith is the second board, the third board is already done, Sirgisian and
yes, he won.
Susanna Gaboyan, the current Armenian champion, women champion.
All right, okay.
Is now in here, and she won the championship and got the rights to play in the team.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And as we've said before, Elina is the reigning European women's champion.
Yeah.
There are lots of champions and former world champions and or reigning or former European champions all here gathered, and national champions, of course.
Yeah, that's right. That is right.
From 12 different countries. Well, actually more than 12 countries, because we have the FIDE Americas selection.
Yeah, many
more than
four
one country,
countries,
of course.
right?
Yeah.
Or 5 countries. That's very interesting team. And we were talking about that how close they are.
Yeah,
even
you said
even they are not from the same team. Yeah, today I also had lunch next table, and they are so friendly. You can't really spot that they are not from the same country. And funny situation is that when they're speaking, all of them are speaking on their language, but they still understand each other. And this is something really funny to.
But they're probably all speaking
hear.
Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish, but they have their accents,
right,
and
yes.
it's for me it sounds different. Each of them speaks different accent, but they understand perfectly well each other. Yeah, this
I
team
suppose
is really
that is the replacement team for China, Keti, the FIDE Americas team.
Yeah, and they wanted to have some sort of balanced tournament, as we have limited teams, and they gave a chance to the best female players from those countries, Americas, right. to be stronger together, to be represented as one continent. So yeah, interesting. We have interesting changes, right? In
sure.
chess.
And it's also in the no team from the USA is there either?
Yes.
North American team.
Yes. Those are 2 teams clearly missing, China
who
and
ought
USA.
to be here on rating, on strength.
Yes.
If it were possible.
And Gverchkina Harga is down to 12 minutes, and Alexandra has spent more time. She has 14 minutes now.
It's probably kind of a level-ish position.
Yeah, Knight got on e3, and Black's Knight got back on f6. So black pushed f pawn forward,
Right.
f5, and knight got on f6, and
Because the knight was on g5 before, or h7, wasn't it?
h7, and white had bishop on b2, which was targeting f6
Right.
pawn. So black
She played
just-
bishop f6 and
Yeah.
traded bishops. Yeah.
It's quite smart decision because now there's less tension for black.
Right. And which other matchups were we looking at before?
Yeah,
Some of
we
the
can,
games we were looking at. I'm not sure that we can see them all, but
we can take a look at the match, for instance, Georgia, Poland, the first board, Nana Zagnidze with black pieces against Jolanta Zawadzka. The second board has already ended with a draw. Nina is always the first person ending the game, but at this time
Here we
it's
are.
a draw.
there's Nana
That's
with the
Nana.
black pieces against Jolanta, who had that fine win against Anna Musicuk
Yeah.
in the previous round.
Yeah, and what I say is Zawadzka is having the more time on the clock, 15 minutes against 8.
Right. That's true, yes. And she has the option to exchange queens.
Pair bishop for white, and black has knight and the bishop. White is taking her time.
But the Polish team, it's difficult for them here to make the next stage, probably, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, there was some golden time for Polish female team.
I mean,
when
they drew with Ukraine, didn't they, this
yeah.
afternoon?
Yeah. Back at Baku Olympiad, they got bronze medal.
Oh, that's right, yes, yeah.
Yes, the several medal, silver medal, silver,
Silver. Okay.
silver medal.
What did you say?
I don't remember what I said, but I said something wrong. And there was a protest from Polish people. But yeah,
Just
what
tell
I
us
mean
just a little bit of, I know you live in Poland.
Yeah.
Chess is really big in Poland, right?
Oh,
It has been, I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
for a long, long time.
It always been there, but now with so much of success of young Christoph Duda,
Yes.
it is.
Yeah, brilliant player.
Yes.
Yeah, beating Magnus, you know, a couple of times now.
Every time
Yeah.
he has a chance, he's beating Magnus, and he's promoting chess so much, and so many companies are interested to work with him. He got new sponsors, and
But also other players must also, just in general, chess in
Yeah.
general is in a healthy state
yes,
in Poland.
yes, because many companies want to sponsor the tournaments, and also the government wants to have more chess tournaments in Poland, and yeah, this is really good. Together with the help of the Queen's Gambit.
Well, of course. I think,
was the most popular series in Poland. I remember that. And this year also Kasparov visited Poland for the festival, and it's a funny situation because during this pandemic time and so many countries were locked down, we were playing chess tournaments in Poland.
right, really, yeah? Over the board.
Over the board. A lot of tournaments, rapid blitz, classical chess tournaments. It was a festival. The whole classical chess and blitz and rapid chess. Myself, I also played a chess tournament there when Kasparov was visiting. And actually it started with the Karpov's visit last year when pandemic started. It was the first Karpov's visit, then it was Kasparov's visit, and the whole year it was always a chess going on there. Of course, with all these restrictions and everything.
Right, but you still had over the board tournaments.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Amazing tournaments. So it's pretty much chess country. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty much chess country.
Yeah. Well, I think so many countries that we have here, Armenia, Georgia, Ukraine. These are such strong chess nations with a long traditions.
Yeah.
Also for women's chess, we can talk about Georgia.
Yeah, and we had Nana on the screen, and all these strong players, like we were talking about Jean-Christophe today and Nana, they are so good ambassadors of the sport in the country.
Yes.
And they're so successful people. Like I remember Nana won World Rapid and Blitz Championship, and she got huge prize money, 8,000 euros. That's huge. And then I remember some coaches and people were talking that, wow, she can win this. And they were talking to kids and to parents.
Right.
And parents were like, is it possible to win that much money? And so they are sort of ambassadors of the sports in the countries. And also Muzachuk sisters, they have been attending so many events, and they're quite popular also in the country. Here we have Anna Muzachuk.
That's Shansaya.
Yeah, Shansaya Abdulmalik.
We haven't been following this game. Have we been able to look at this game at all? Or,
yeah, let's focus.
This was the Berlin defense,
yes,
correct?
Yes, yes. We might see still the position that we have seen it before, right? On the one rook, on the board, and the knight versus bishop.
Right.
4 minutes for Anna and 14 minutes for Shansaya.
Also, talking about ambassadors for the game, Shansaya in Kazakhstan is also a superb ambassador for chess. Huh? I think we even mentioned yesterday that she has a position in the government or council or maybe on the city council where she lives.
Structure.
Yes.
Yeah. As well as Dinara Sadrakasova, she's also ambassador.
Also. Right. Yeah.
And very successful lady. So yeah. That's right. You just mentioned how all of them were champions or the role models, and we have Tanya Sachdev, I think the biggest star here, very famous person, and I've heard from Indian players that just Sachdev is just a brand there. Everyone knows. Everyone knows the name. Everyone knows who's Tanya in India. So yeah, this is. We have quite rich tournament with all these girls.
And of course, it's so important that chess has people like this in the game, men as well as women, of course.
Yeah, yeah. We just have girls here. That's
well,
why.
we do, yes. Like you say, like almost like brands or celebrities in our world, in the chess world.
Yeah, yeah.
Starting with Magnus, of course.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And here we have Alex. We can never stop talking because every time we change the camera, we have new stars appearing on the screen. And here we have Alexandra Kostyniuk.
Correct.
I think she won all the possible titles.
She won everything.
Can won. Yes, and she's
chess queen. Chess
queen. She's very active. She's doing a lot of streams, a lot of commentary.
Yes.
And she's also responsible for. She's director, I think, of Chess.com Russia, which is very active. Doing a lot of commentaries in Russian language and having a lot of classes and so on. And she's managing all of this.
And she's clearly still very ambitious, driven, determined to do her best, as we saw at the World Cup. Yeah, she did it. She did it.
And right before she won the Grand Prix, also in Monaco. So yeah, I think she has all the possible titles. And her second word, her teammates here, Katerina Lachno, also world champion in Blitz and Rapid, and also European champion, Grandmaster. And yeah, she's very impressive woman. And I remember right before her fourth baby, after 1 month, She won the world championship.
Right. Alexandra. Yeah.
Katerina.
Oh, sorry, Katerina. Beg your pardon.
Yes.
Sorry.
Katerina, so she's a true role model.
And they have this very strong young player, Paulina, of course, Shuvalova, as well.
Paulina. Yeah, I think the Team Russia counts on her, and they give her a chance to play as a main player, not the substitute anymore.
We can see Katerina Luckner at the back of the picture there.
Yeah.
And she's playing Tanya Sachdev, correct?
Yeah, Tanya Sachdev. Oh, is that 2 minutes here for white? Alexandra has 13 minutes. But the opponent has 2 minutes, and it's Vaishali. Just 2 minutes, 1 minute and some seconds.
Look at those white knights on d7 and c6.
They look quite strong.
Okay.
They look quite strong, right?
And it's Kostyniuk's move. But I think she's under some pressure. She may be ahead on time, but she's under pressure on the board.
Yeah, we have the board, and we can digital board, and we can also
Knight d4 to c6 was the last move. There's a pass pawn on e6, and white has a rook on g3, which is nicely positioned, bearing down on g7. It looks a bit dangerous for black.
Yeah. Black capture the knight, white quickly take it back. Knight e7, that attacks the queen.
But look, less than 2 minutes on white's clock.
White needs some time, I think, to find the most precise continuation.
Absolutely,
here.
yes. Now the f2 pawn is hanging, so should white defend? Queen c5, for example.
Yeah, and it might be really unfortunate for white if she misses here winning chance here just because of the time.
Right. I think I would play queen c5.
Queen c5 with the idea to get the queen on the king side, right?
Yes, well, the queen is attacked anyway on c6, and you defend the f2 pawn. And maybe that's right, get the queen over to h5. She's played it, okay. Hey.
Yeah.
I got one move right.
Do you think
Tricky for black. Yeah.
There might be some sacrifices on g7 or f6?
Absolutely, I do, yes. Or f6, that's right. f6. Let's see. So would you rather be black with much more time but a worse position, or white with less time and a better...
Such a tricky
that's
question.
The thing, isn't it?
Such a tricky question. Yeah, that's really tricky question. I think still white, because I like this position so much.
For white?
Yeah.
Sure.
How about you? Which side would you choose?
Yeah, I would take white. Yeah.
White.
But you know, if black plays the most accurate defensive moves, I mean, you can't say that the position is lost. Really.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think so. Yeah, good one to watch.
Yes, and very important match here for Team India.
Queen d5, okay, has been played, which prevents the white queen from coming over to h5.
Queen e3 now makes sense to guard the rook and just to avoid the trade.
Oh, but then knight f5.
All right, that's not so easy.
Yeah. But that's the thing, you don't have much time. White's here, and she wants to keep the queens on, but maybe you know, things can turn the other way as well. In time trouble. Down to 50 seconds now.
Yeah.
And it's
I
a
might
nice
change my opinion now.
I mean, Keti, you and I know it's a nice feeling to have a position where one's opponent is so short a time, and you have that sort of 10-minute difference on the clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know?
When I played classical chess control, time control, I always keep some time for like I like to play fast at the beginning, not to spend too much time. And when I'm down to 20 minutes and I see already seconds on the clock, I'm telling myself, panic, now it's time to hurry up a bit and play faster, because I just don't like to drop time too much unless it's the late end game. So
I think she took the right decision. She exchanged queens. White is better, I think. This passed pawn on e6 has to be looked after. Black has to take care. There's a nice c5 square for the white knight as well.
rook a8 was played to guard it, and knight c5 now makes sense to attack once again.
I don't know if white wants to play f4 to f5. B4.
White goes for b4.
B4, okay.
Also stops a pawn to come forward. But now somehow the tension is not that high anymore, right?
Well, there's a big difference in time there, so all the pressure really is on white, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, how is this match going at the moment? This is India CFR. Do we have any scores?
We don't have any scores so far. All the games are still in progress, and
we have Tanya against Katerina.
Yes, and this is not the current position, so we cannot really focus on that, and neither this one. So we can just simply zoom on the.
So we should probably stay with. Okay, we can have a look on.
Look at this! We're getting closer.
Well,
let's make it full screen so we can.
That's what we can really comment on the position. This distance.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it. I see that black has 1 minute and 42 seconds, and black has 7 minutes.
But okay, we can't really say much about the position without guessing where things are.
We can't. We don't have the full image. Both black's rooks are on. I think black has an extra exchange. Yeah, this is not the current position.
How about the Spanish team? Who's Spain playing today?
Yeah, Spain, Armenia, and Armenia is leading so far. Maybe we can take a look at the
This
game.
was Anna Madnadze, yes, against Elina, wasn't it?
Yeah, Anna Madnadze against Elena Danilian, and this is not the position. Maybe we can just focus in here. Yeah, Anna is the player who is always in the mask.
Yes.
And we had a small chat right now when we had a break between the rounds, and we do have some snacks and sandwiches and some water to drink. And I was like, but there's no green apples for Anna.
I was about to say no green apples.
And then I was like, no, it's okay, no problem. I just try not to eat, like not to eat when I'm in public area. So she's really careful, and she's using mask all the time, and in the social media she's always posting that we should get vaccinated and we should wear masks wherever we go.
Okay.
So But we all have also see the other side of Anna. This is the Anna we usually see, but we have seen this World Cup and Armageddon game. Have you seen that?
No, I don't think I saw that.
Oh, you have to see that. Armageddon. The pieces were flying around. Pieces were flying around. And there was really crazy, crazy video. It's all over the YouTube and internet. And I was quite surprised to see that. Yeah.
Anyway, it's her move. Have you played Anna? You probably played her a few times, many times. Yeah?
Yeah, we have played many times. We usually play in the same team, but there are some tournaments that we're playing against each other. Well, too far. We need to get closer, maybe, to the board to see what's happening. All right. Okay.
And we have the position, I think.
Yeah. There is the black rook on a6 attacking the pawn on a3, but Anna managed to guard that with the rook on b3. And yeah, we have the position. Maybe we can
Okay,
show up.
it's kind of balanced, let's say.
Alina has 16 seconds. She's struggling on time.
Oh wow!
Anna
Oh
has
wow!
9
Goodness me!
minutes.
Goodness me! She has to really be quick. Well, she's going to lose on time.
Oh.
Queen g4. She's gone back. Extreme time pressure. And Anna still has 9 minutes or so.
Yeah, she's trying to play fast, so not to allow opponents to think on her time. And the position is still playable, right? Anna can try here.
Yeah, sure. I think it's balanced, but of course, if your opponent has, 10, 12, 15 seconds, and you have 8 minutes, then you can try to win.
Yeah.
Set traps and put your opponent under pressure. Every move is going to be difficult. Bishop d1 just played now. She's just maneuvering. That she prevents queen g4. And knight f6 to e8.
Do you think white should activate the bishop from d1, for instance, to try to get this bishop on a4, e8 diagonal, like bishop on c6, then knight b5?
Yeah, I think white's going to win this game. Yeah. At some point, I think something will go wrong. Look, I mean, at some point, white could even play on the king side with f4, maybe.
To push f4, right?
At some point. But you don't need to rush.
Yeah. You have to try one by one.
Yeah, okay, so she's attacking b6. Queen A7.
Also attacks on A3.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Queen B2 can be played
Sure.
with ID2.
And then maybe F4 at some point, yeah.
The king is on G7.
I don't think White wants to play A4 because this bishop one day might want to come to A4. You know, so to keep the pawn on A3.
If White managed to trick Black and gets this bishop on E4, now it was not possible, right? Because Black could capture two pieces for a rook.
Right.
And that's not a good trade for White.
So we expect Queen B2, Queen C1 maybe. Why not?
Yeah, also possible to play knight b5.
Yes,
Just to guard this
of course.
pawn with the knight.
Yeah, yeah.
And then to push f4, get this rook on f3,
Hmm.
b2. We're going to see something like this. She's just waiting for the right moment. Maybe, and White can keep this bishop on d1 in order to later even open more files on kingside.
Queen C1 she's played. All right. I mean, objectively, I think White's advantage is very, very small.
Yeah.
But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's the point, isn't it, the time?
Oh no, she made a move which is you don't see yet.
Queen E7. Just keeping the position. And Black can't really undertake anything active. Rook B1. Now Bishop A4 might be coming.
She might play queen. Oh, she didn't play. But now after Bishop A4, there is
There's probably knight takes E4.
Bishop takes E8.
Knight takes C3, but
yeah, and you see White has enough time to calculate all these moves. Not to play too fast.
so Anna certainly has chances here.
Yeah.
And the other games in this match, do we know? Spain against Armenia? No results?
So far, just one result. I just see the result. Katerina Lachno managed to win against Tanya Sachdev. Tanya was struggling on time. We saw that she was down to 1 minute.
Right.
And another result is that France is leading with 1 point against Azerbaijan. So, now. And also on the background, we see Marissa Back. Do you know that Marissa Back was at some reality show?
Was she?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Didn't know that?
No, I had no idea. Reality show, yeah, in
Yeah.
France.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when she was a student. The reality show was about that they were living in one space and they had to guess what was the person's profession.
Right.
So she went there as a chess grandmaster, chess player, and they had to guess who she was, what was her profession.
Okay.
So,
Did anyone guess?
She didn't stay long there. She stayed only 48 hours or something, even less, because it was not comfortable for her to be away from home.
Right, okay.
And to be in one area. But
Didn't know that.
such a story. Just
Yeah.
player in reality show.
Like Big Brother or something like this.
It was many years ago, and now she's fully in chess. Not in reality shows, and she's playing against Gunay Mamazada on the first board. Let's try to get that position. Maybe we have the access.
Mari against Gunay, huh?
Yeah. This is a different round. All right, we have the position. We have
Okay,
the position.
sure. And it looks very good for Marie.
Yeah. It seems like with the body language, it seems to me that Marie has more time and Gunay has less time because she's playing more aggressively than Marie.
She's a pawn up. She's got this lovely passed c pawn. Rook c1, look behind the pawn. Queen d4 is threatened. I think black has a lost position. It looks certainly very difficult. Rook d8. And both players are now getting to the end of the session. Both players now in time trouble, it looks like.
Yeah. Just easier to play with white, of course.
Yeah.
With some checks, with this bishop on f8. Just don't have much of the moves. Queen e6 was played. The
Sure.
pawn on f6 is hanging right now.
Knight on d3 is very happy. Perfectly
Happy horse.
positioned. Happy horse. Yeah.
Blocking the pawn, guarding c5.
King g7 from Kune. They're both having to play fast. It's
Might be
objectively just a winning position for. G3 is nice because she may want to play knight f4 a little bit later.
To get this knight on d5, right?
And yeah, or try to come to e6 if the queen were not there. So an h5.
King g2 was really fast
Okay.
move because it makes sense, right? King on g2 looks nice. e4 and Gunay is trying. Gunay is trying.
Now knight f4 could be a threat. You see. Knight f4 with the
With the fork that black can't really avoid.
big fork on e6. Yeah. So okay, it takes an open file.
h4 was pushed. Yeah. Gunay's trying to get some counterplay, but knight f4 once again is on the board, and here we have it, knight f4.
We have some results. It looks like Alexandra Kostyuk beat Vaishali in the game that we were following earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's how important it is to have a time to convert the advantage, right?
Because she was very low on time, wasn't she?
Yeah.
But in fact, she had the advantage, Vaishali. Yeah?
Yeah,
She stood well, and then
beautiful
looks like she's
position.
lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Marianne Gomez got a draw with. That's a good result. A draw with Shevalova. Still looks very good, well winning for Marissa Back here. She really should win this position and a little more time as well, look.
Yeah. Now she pushed the pawn. Most probably bishop d6 to stop it.
Yes.
Anyway, c7 can be played because the pawn is guarded. And there's always knight e6 fork over there. Queen.
Oh,
Queen
takes
ooh.
d4.
Oh.
Look at that. Nice little trick.
Nice.
Simplify the game as well.
Take that one too. Because there is only one check and then you can get this king back.
Sure, why not? King takes. She's done it, yeah. France may be going out. I don't know. They've had a tough event so far. They lost also, I think, to Spain earlier today.
Yeah, but now they're a very good situation. This is going to be their second point if Mari wins. So in this match, they already can guarantee the
At least a draw.
try,
Okay.
yeah.
There's Marissa Back there in our picture.
Yeah.
3 pawns up and completely winning, really.
Yeah. Queen d7 can be the next one. Here we have a handshake. Gunnar just resigned. Makes sense.
So Harika Goryachkina was a draw.
It ended already?
Seems to have ended in a draw. Yeah, I think the results are starting to come in now because games are finishing because of the time.
Yeah, and I think this is the correct position, as Goryachkina earlier played e4, and we know that Harika played f5, so we're getting.
And there was a perpetual check. It looks like. And Lucknow won, you think?
Yeah, this game has ended, right? It says 0-0, maybe Black just lost some time. And also the position looks quite good for Lucknow. Any other games maybe in progress? We can take a look at the playing venue.
We could, yes. Have a look at the playing hall and see.
Oh, it's
almost empty.
Empty. There is one game going on. 2 games. This is France, Azerbaijan. We can take a look at that. And we have rook and the bishop and the pawn for black against rook and the bishop.
I mean, it must be a drawn position, but Black will try. She'll try.
Azerbaijan needs to fight for it to save the match.
To draw this game.
To draw the match, yes. But the thing is that it's French player who's trying to win here.
Sure, but she won't win this, I don't think.
It's interesting what happened on the board 3. Here, yeah, board 2 is this one, and board 4 is, yeah, I'm going to see that. Is still in progress, as I see. This is an extra rook. This is an extra rook for Mamadierova, Zainab.
But this is the position.
That's a good question. And I don't have a good answer. Yeah. I don't have a correct answer.
It's an extra rook, but yeah.
There might be one illegal rook on the board.
I mean, surely White would have resigned this position.
Yeah. So, okay, so that makes this game very important for this match. They have ended with a draw, so it makes that makes France the winner in this match.
Really? Oh, France beat Azerbaijan? Yeah, okay.
2.5, 1.5.
All right.
And yeah, that's very good result.
It's a bit of a surprise, I think. Yes.
Oh, there's one more game. This is Germany. Germany against FIDE Americas. And this is the board 4. But board 4 so far, the result is 1.5, 1.5, and this is very important.
Okay, so the match depends on this game.
Yeah.
The match result.
I'm gonna try to get it. Might not have the correct position.
It's Melanie Lube, correct, for Germany?
Yeah.
Against Hannah Kleck.
Against
From-
Marissa.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's not right. Yes.
Against Aribas Marissa, a woman grandmaster.
Something has happened now. Look, you see the opposite there?
Yeah. Oh, very good.
Maybe it's as we said yesterday, if it may be to do with the claim of repetition, but without the written score,
Yeah.
it becomes a bit complicated, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For the arbiter to say yes or no.
Sure. They're waiting. This seems to be the last round, last game of the round 4. And this is the moment when we need a microphone in the playing hall.
I'm a little surprised that the players aren't supposed to write the moves down for this time control.
There's
I
an
don't know what
increment, right?
With an increment, I mean it's only 10 seconds,
Yeah.
but maybe until one has less than 5 minutes on the clock or something like that,
Yeah.
to keep score.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, Keti, when I used to play lots of rapid events in Spain, 25-minute, half an hour games, I used to try to keep score as well. Just for my own, just to have a record of the game. It was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Up till the last, as I say, 5 minutes or something.
Really
And then you stop keeping score. Yeah.
nice. That's
So
nice.
I've got lots of games unpublished and not on databases, but just from rapid and
free.
quick play events in Spain.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
nice
sure
to-
there are many beautiful games that
It's,
you are very happy to have in
some
your
very
database.
and some very bad ones as well.
Can go other ways
But hey, that's
too.
why they're not published.
Yeah. But
Now,
when-
are all the games over?
yes, that's the round. That's the round. Maybe we can take a look at the final standings. But I suppose we don't have. We need to double check with the arbiters just to make sure that that's the right information. But it's going to be updated soon at any
Right.
platform.
On the
games
website
are.
and so on. Yes.
So that was today. It was very nice.
You had
It
a
was
good
a bit
day?
funny too. It was a bit funny too. But having by was really interesting matches today, and things are getting more and more interesting. Right?
So tomorrow we only have one round at 3 o'clock, correct? 3 p.m. And then we'll have a party, I guess. Isn't it?
Yes, we're going to have party. Players are going to get ready for the next round, and the things are getting so interesting, and they're playing for the title,
It's the
World Championship
That's right.
title.
That's right.
Yes.
Knockout stage to follow.
Yes. And we were
yeah.
talking earlier with all these female players who are very well known in their own country. So this title is very important for each of them and
Of
for
course.
all the teams.
Of course, and for all their fans watching from their countries,
country.
supporting them, from India, from all these countries.
Yes,
You
that's
know?
right.
So
That's right. That's right.
lots to look forward to, and I'm sure we'll have some exciting chess tomorrow afternoon, and maybe some surprise results as well.
We're here to see that too. We're here to see everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Keti. It's been a great pleasure again.
Me too. And we're gonna meet each other tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central European time. Please join us tomorrow as well.
Thank you.